Hold the Don't try me.
Nah, I'm
Don't
just
try
saying,
me.
bro, like, you ain't fight a fighter with that kind of style yet
Don't
to
try
know,
me.
like, whether he's, that's all I'm saying.
Don't try me.
You bring a different style to the table.
Pressure between Teofimo Lopez and Shakur Stevenson has escalated to a final limit, and the events during their most recent in-person standoff ignited massive excitement across the sport ahead of January 31st. This encounter went beyond talk alone, as both competitors closed the distance aggressively, creating an atmosphere so intense that spectators sensed a real bout could erupt instantly in front of everyone gathered on that platform before security intervened quickly nearby.
Izzy, you should be in the middle. I know, I'm there.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Inside Madison Square Garden, the energy surged as both boxers took their places, and the moment felt sharp with strain while they locked eyes, neither willing to look away even briefly. Shakur Stevenson set the tone immediately, stating without hesitation that he considers Teofimo simply another opponent destined for his perfect streak. He vowed to put Teo on display, declaring that after January 31st there will be no confusion left about who truly stands as the elite force in the 140-pound division within that division, according to his view.
I'm ready right now. I'm ready at any given time.
I'm tired of your mouth, bro.
Bro, you're not like that.
Whoa.
Hold up, Senior, you're not.
Shakur's self-belief was impossible to miss, and Teofimo's expression tightened as he listened to the New York boxer outline a plan to take him apart one round at a time. Lopez refused to quietly accept what he viewed as blatant disrespect and responded immediately with some of the harshest verbal shots fans have heard from him in years. He made it clear that Shakur choosing to move up in weight to chase his title is the worst decision of his career. Lopez insisted Shakur is not built for this division, saying speed and movement will fail once body shots land and reveal a completely different level of power to him on fight night, according to Lopez speaking with certainty.
I don't think none of these dudes is on my level when I'm at my best, so he got a lot to deal with come January 31st.
So without giving up too much, when you look at him as a professional and you see what he's done, the fights he's fought, his style, what is it about him that you are going to exploit?
I think he the truth. He do a lot of things well. I think he flashy. I think it's just some basic.
The exchange intensified fast, with neither competitor willing to back off, forcing their entourages to intervene repeatedly to stop the situation from turning physical. What added another layer to the moment was Shakur bringing up private training rounds from years earlier, back when both fighters were still rising in the sport. People familiar with those sessions claim Stevenson had the upper hand, and he had no problem bringing those memories into the open. He referenced specific moments, saying he remembers every round clearly, including the expression Teofimo showed when he turned to his corner after the second round, and insisted that same look will return on January 31st. That remark clearly hit a sensitive spot, as Lopez immediately rejected Shakur's account and offered a completely different version of what actually happened during their time sparring.
I'm gonna try to hold it together but if you disrespect me, which is what he just did, I'm not gonna ask him about what he talking about. When I get close enough, I'm finna show him what I ain't talking about. You understand where I'm coming from? Had he said that in my day?
Lopez responded without hesitation, arguing that Shakur is only recalling parts of those gym sessions that suit his narrative. He accused Stevenson of misleading the public, pointing out that those rounds happened long ago and claiming that once the third round arrived, he had settled in while Shakur was the one looking to end things early. He brushed it off as storytelling and urged him to keep repeating it if he wanted. The confrontation grew even more intense when Teofimo's father, Teofimo Lopez Sr., stepped in and shifted the tone entirely with his remarks. Known for speaking his mind without restraint, Lopez Sr. stayed true to form by openly questioning whether Shakur has ever genuinely faced and proven himself against top-level opposition.
Seeing their sparring session, Teo lands his jab when he wants to. Jab to the body, bang, right there. He landed the jab up top a few times, where Shakur is just posturing. This makes for a very boring fight. What y'all think? Let me know.
My son has taken down world champions. He's defeated former undisputed title holders. Shakur hasn't faced anyone of that caliber. Come fight night, all of that is going to be laid bare. Those words clearly rattled Shakur, and the tension on his face showed as he struggled to stay composed while fending off verbal attacks from both Lopez men. He countered Teofimo Sr. with sharp remarks questioning his son's preparation and training approach for such a high-stakes bout. With all due respect, I've been watching Teo's recent matches, and I'm spotting multiple issues, defensive mistakes, taking shots he shouldn't be taking. The psychological battle between these fighters is as intense as the physical one, with both clearly trying to break each other mentally before they even enter the ring.
It says you never fought no elite fighter. Okay, I don't think y'all did either. Oh, so you gotta show it, baby. I don't think y'all did either. I ain't see. Not on my son. I ain't see Lomachenko throw no punches. You never been on a big stage like this. I didn't see Lomachenko throw punches. You never been on a big stage like this. I didn't see Lomachenko throw punches.
As the showdown played out online, fans had intense and divided reactions, with the boxing community split almost evenly on who would come out on top. One viewer posted, "Shakur is going to outbox Teofimo completely. The skill difference is obvious, and Teo knows it. That's why he's so worked up right now." Another offered a starkly contrasting view, saying, "Teo will wear Shakur down with body shots. Once Stevenson feels that power, all the slick moves go out the window. Just watch." This split among fans highlights how balanced the matchup looks on paper, despite the fighters' very different styles and approaches inside the ring.
Keep it a buck with you. Yeah, Teofimo Lopez versus Shakur Stevenson. Yeah, this is not going to be a close fight at all. Like, I don't think you guys understand just how good Shakur is. He is one of the best 135-pounders on the planet. In fact, I actually have him as the best 135-pounder on the planet. I don't think that Teofimo Lopez has the fight IQ to close the distance. I don't think he's going to be able to land the shots. I think that Shakur is going to be on the back.
Numerous boxing analysts have chimed in on the mental warfare between these two, and most agree that controlling the psychological side could be the deciding factor when they finally meet in the ring. Legendary trainer Teddy Atlas recently shared his thoughts during a broadcast, offering key insight into what each fighter must accomplish. According to Atlas, the outcome will hinge on whether Teofimo can make things chaotic enough to throw Shakur off his rhythm. If Stevenson settles in and stays composed, Lopez could be in for a very tough night. Conversely, other prominent voices in the sport argue that Shakur has never encountered an opponent combining the speed, power, and ring IQ that Teofimo brings. Across all platforms, analysts continue dissecting every angle, debating how this clash could unfold across the full 12 rounds.
Defensive fighter, very good offensive fighter. The difference between the two, for me, I think that Teofimo might be a little bit stronger of the two. But, you know, speed can sometimes nullify.
What adds extra intensity to this rivalry is the long history these two share, stretching back to their amateur careers as they climbed the ranks. Both Teofimo and Shakur donned Team USA colors in various international tournaments, and there was always a quiet but fierce competition over who truly stood out as the superior amateur. While they never faced each other in an official amateur bout, the sparring sessions they participated in gained almost legendary status within certain boxing circles. Accounts from those present vary drastically, creating even more curiosity and anticipation for how their professional matchup will play out.
It's really that time for him to really take his first loss and, you know, me whoop his ass to the point where either he quits on the stool or I knock him out. How I see this fight being played out is with me pretty much setting that momentum for the people out there as well. You know, not really trying to force for it. However, I can't be too technical.
Some insiders from the gym claim Shakur completely outmatched Teofimo, showcasing elite boxing technique and defensive mastery that left Lopez visibly frustrated and searching for solutions. Others, however, paint a different picture, saying Teofimo was landing the heavier, more telling shots, while Shakur relied on movement to survive rather than truly control the sessions. The reality likely falls somewhere between the two accounts, yet both fighters have turned their own version of events into mental ammunition ahead of the big fight. During the standoff, Shakur repeatedly highlighted his undefeated record and knack for overcoming every challenge in his career. Being 24-0 didn't happen by chance. I've beaten everyone in front of me across multiple weight divisions. Teofimo is just the next milestone on my road to greatness.
Sleeping on that I know about Teo. Teo's a good boxer. He's boxer first. So we could say, oh, he's just going to knock you out. Or he's just going to... That's not him. He's boxing first. He's going to want to establish distance and range on the outside and try to beat me up on the outside. So I think that's the main thing. And also the biggest thing that everybody don't realize with me.
Shakur's self-assured tone was clear, but Teofimo immediately recognized an opening to counter. Lopez argued that, despite Stevenson's flawless record, he hasn't faced the same caliber of opponents that Teofimo has battled throughout his career, and that experience gap will be critical. You've beaten good fighters, I've beaten great ones. There's a big difference, and you're about to find that out the hard way when we step into the ring. The The clash of their styles sets up one of the most compelling technical matchups in recent memory for this division. Stevenson relies on his slick southpaw counterpunching, elite footwork, and sharp ring intelligence to frustrate foes and systematically break them down over a full 12 rounds.
Shakur's a great talent, and Teofimo looked great in his last fight. Of course, he didn't have Shakur in front of him, but I think that for Shakur, he has to keep the fight at his distance. If he does that, I think it's a win for him. Teofimo, he's more, he wants to draw you in, he wants to counterpunch. He's going to have to be a different.
Stevenson's defensive prowess ranks among the elite in boxing, paired with an exceptional talent for making top-level opponents miss while landing his own shots with pinpoint accuracy. Yet some critics question his sometimes cautious style and whether he possesses the raw power to truly hurt Teofimo if the bout turns into a slugfest. In contrast, Lopez brings a completely different dynamic, relying on explosive combinations, underrated power, and a willingness to take calculated risks to ignite his offense. Over his career, Teofimo has shown the ability to adjust his approach depending on the situation, whether keeping the fight at range or engaging in tight, close-quarters exchanges.
Did Teofimo knock out Shakur? No. Can Teo adjust to the point where he beats Shakur? Yeah. You don't see how? Shakur hates slick and economic boxers. So does Teo. They both hate where each other are. Shakur looks great against volume punchers. De Los Santos sitting back and not.
Perhaps Teofimo's strongest asset is his unshakable self-confidence, which has allowed him to pull off major upsets by refusing to be intimidated by bigger names or celebrated reputations. His knockout of Richard Camey, his commanding win over Vasily Lomachenko, and his triumph against Josh Taylor all came in moments when many questioned whether he could deliver under high-pressure situations.
Teofimo Lopez versus Shakur Stevenson.
I like both guys, honestly. I like both guys. Teofimo, he's funny, he's got character, but he's a great fighter. He's very athletic. He comes from awkward angles, and I do like his style, but I study boxing, I watch boxing, I do like Shakur.
Sugar Shane Mosley recently analyzed the matchup in an interview, pointing out the crucial factors that could decide who leaves Madison Square Garden victorious. One key issue is whether Stevenson slows down at 140 pounds, since his speed at lower divisions was exceptional. Can he carry that same quickness with added weight? Mosley also addressed Teofimo's strengths and what he must do to challenge such a technically gifted opponent. Lopez needs to disrupt Shakur's comfort, preventing him from settling into his usual rhythm of picking shots and moving. He must keep the pressure on and turn it into a fight. The betting lines for this bout have shifted repeatedly since its announcement, highlighting just how evenly matched and unpredictable this showdown truly is.
I'm trying to let you know, because now you're facing me.
I don't know how you don't understand. I've been waiting on this moment forever. Like, it's been years and years for this moment right here. You gave me the opportunity. I appreciate you for that. But with it.
Shakur started as the favorite and has stayed in that position, but Teofimo's odds have tightened significantly as fight night nears and more bettors back the champion. Pay-per-view anticipation is through the roof, fueled by the fighters' dedicated followings and the matchup's buzz across the boxing world. Matchroom Boxing and DAZN are going all out to promote the event, and early ticket sales indicate Madison Square Garden will be completely sold out on January 31st. Another compelling subplot is what lies ahead for the victor, with potential unification bouts and legacy-defining opportunities on the horizon. Eddie Hearn has hinted that the winner could challenge the WBC champion later in 2026, offering a shot at becoming the undisputed 140-pound champion.
This fight, in my opinion, like I said, is going to be Shakur Stevenson. Shakur Stevenson is going to outbox. He's going to outbox Teofimo Lopez, easy. If anyone feels different, let me know. But I think that this fight is going to be a fairly easy fight for Shakur Stevenson. I don't think Teofimo Lopez brings anything to the table. Everybody says he has.
That potential opportunity has raised the stakes even higher, as both fighters understand that a win could lead to bigger fights and far greater earnings. A victory for Shakur would make him a 4-division world champion and firmly place him among boxing's elite pound-for-pound names. For Teofimo, successfully defending his title against such a respected contender would silence many doubters and demonstrate that his peak performance is still ahead. Despite all the heated exchanges and trash talk during promotions and press events, mutual respect exists between the two. Both have admitted to admiring certain elements of each other's skills, even while fully believing they will come out on top once the fight is over.
We know Tio for getting up for the big fights. And the reason why I really want to see this fight, I truly believe that Tio could stop Shakur. It ain't going to be no headshot that's going to do it. It's going to be the body shots. Shakur didn't get on those ropes when he fought.
Teofimo has repeatedly stated that no one presents the kind of challenge Shakur Stevenson does, and that's precisely what makes this matchup so compelling for him. He's unlike anyone I've faced before, and that's exactly why I wanted this fight. I want to show I can beat the best, Lopez has said. Stevenson, in turn, has expressed respect for parts of Teofimo's career, particularly his willingness to face tough opponents and his achievements at a young age. Teo has accomplished a lot in this sport. I respect that, but respect doesn't mean I think he can beat me, because he can't. The final press conference before fight week is expected to be even more charged, with both fighters likely to escalate the mental battle. Reports from training camp indicate both men are in peak condition and treating this fight with the utmost seriousness, leaving nothing to chance. Stevenson has focused heavily on developing his power and refining his inside fighting, anticipating that Lopez will try to make the bout physically intense. Meanwhile, Teofimo has been studying Stevenson's match against William Zepeda, searching for patterns or vulnerabilities he can exploit over the full 12 rounds.
It's a great fight. Yeah. I think it's a great fight. You'll really see, because at the end of it, they're both Olympians. They're both multi-division world champions. Tio is an incredible fighter, and Shakur is an incredible fighter. Shakur has a really high...
The strategic battle between these two camps extends well beyond the ropes, as each side works to secure every possible edge before the bell sounds at Madison Square Garden. With January 31st approaching, anticipation and excitement are reaching a fever pitch for what promises to be one of the year's most memorable fights. This is the kind of matchup that can define careers and cement legacies. Both Teofimo Lopez and Shakur Stevenson fully understand what's at stake. The winner emerges as a major star in boxing with huge opportunities ahead, while the loser faces tough questions about their next steps. Fans across the globe are eagerly counting down the days until these two finally resolve their rivalry inside the ring, and the entire build-up has been nothing short of spectacular. That's all for now. For the latest updates on news, highlights, events, and key moments in boxing, make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and turn on notifications so you never miss premium content like this. Until next time, peace.